Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero, and we're back again talking about some more Rippaverse detractors. We have Baxter, and now we've gotten a message from Nerdettes Newstand, who apparently exposed me in some type of way that she believes that she exposed me. I think it's really interesting and funny. We're going to take a look and laugh at it. But of course, first I'm going to start off by saying thank you to everyone who's been watching the videos. I am very appreciative of people who have subscribed as members, and like I said, view the videos no matter what type of content it is, whether it's about pop culture, about gaming news, about Rippaverse stuff. I really do appreciate the people who are watching the videos. We have seen massive growth over the last couple of months, so I really do appreciate it. I would love it if everyone as well could go over to the community tab and vote in the poll that I put out. Seems like most of you would like a live stream on Labor Day, which is tomorrow as of recording of this video. We're going to be doing it about this video that was made about Vito's midlife crisis by the Rippaverse Goalposts YouTube channel, and about the organized chaos video that he made about the supposed end of ISOM because of the trademark lawsuit. So be sure to go vote in that. Also, all my videos are backed up on both Rumble and Odyssey, and you can also follow me on Twitter to get the notifications about YouTube videos that I post and things like that. I also do Twitch streams Monday through Friday and on Sunday. Typically Monday through Wednesday is more modern games. I might be probably playing Starfield till that's done. Play Mario Party on Thursdays. We do community night games on Fridays. Those are usually at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central. Sundays is retro nights. Currently playing Super Princess Peach over on that day, 7 p.m. Eastern, for about 4 hours. So, or if you'd rather watch me over on Kick, I do sometimes do Kick exclusive live streams for community nights. I also have a subscribe star where you can essentially subscribe monthly for $1 a month. Support the channel that way if you choose not to support me over on YouTube with monetary gains. I do have a subscribe star, so there's that. So we'll get back into the Rippaverse store, where there is a shipping alert about all products will be shipped after the complete fulfillment of ISOM 2. You can get the newly released Rippaverse Comics hoodie. You have the short box. Pretty sure there's less than 300 of these left. There's only 2,000 ever going to be made of this short box. I'm sure there's going to be more short boxes in the future, and I'm pretty sure Eric July actually confirmed that. You have posters, shirts, the comic, etc., etc. So get in where you fit in. Because apparently after campaigns end, according to the haters and detractors on Twitter, that apparently the comic is not going to continue to be sold after the campaigns are over, even though he does all his own distribution and shipping. They don't understand that product is still sold after the campaigns are done. So now we're going to move over to something really hilarious coming out of Nerdettes Newstand, where she believes that I run the Rippaverse Goalposts Twitter account. But she does state that it's Eric first. Then she says it's me. She claims that it's me running the Rippaverse Goalposts the entire time. I'm exposed. It's now out there, which, no, I don't run the Rippaverse Goalposts Twitter account. I think that's really hilarious that she thinks it's me. But we like to hear it from the horse's mouth herself. So let's get into it.
At all. All right. I don't actually think so. I obviously have no proof of this, so take it with a grain of salt.
I have no proof of it, but I'm gonna say take it with a grain of salt so that you can't bastardize me later or come at me later when I'm completely wrong.
So who the hell is Rippa Goalpost? Like some random Rippa sip. I don't know if it's that or him or his team. Clearly he has people out there keeping an eye on anybody that ever says anything bad ever about Eric July.
Yeah, anything slanderous, libelous, or factually incorrect is what the person that runs this account is keeping track of, which is very much appreciated so that people like you can't constantly lie about someone because they absolutely destroyed you in a live debate, or you want to ruin a man's business because you don't like their opinions.
Fucking pathetic is that, right? Really?
Not as pathetic as your YouTube channel being dead. Not as pathetic as your YouTube channel being completely dead. But let's get into that.
Really pathetic. But I wonder if it's a little bit more yeah, maybe Eric himself. I don't know. I don't know. He definitely is all sorts of pathetic. Imagine like simping or white knighting for a grown ass man who
Imagine simping for people that are pieces of human garbage. So, imagine simping for you, who constantly lies about Eric.
I guess your whole and I also wondered if it's that one renowned zero. Um the one that made a video about me and he looked like a basement dweller, right? He's got
From what I remember, people tell me that you're overweight now. And you probably looks like you use old photos of yourself to make yourself not look overweight, from what I can tell.
well over 100 videos about Eric July. Like, that's all his channel is based on.
Oh no, whatever will I do when I'm covering pop culture and covering a comic book business like everybody else who's covering Marvel and DC constantly or covering the movie industry constantly, because people make hundreds of videos on movies or hundreds of videos on Marvel stuff or hundreds of videos on DC. Like, where's the logic in what you're saying here? Also, if you really looked at my channel, because it seems like you only pay attention when I make videos about Rippaverse stuff, you clearly don't pay attention when I make videos about literally anything else, like gaming news or pop culture news or comic reviews or Twitter rants that I typically do sometimes. This is one of those arguments that just completely falls apart when you look at my channel or look at any other channel that's doing hundreds of videos on Marvel or hundreds of videos on DC or hundreds of videos studying a world.
Like, it's so, like, beyond pathetic.
Again, not as pathetic as your traction and your following.
Beyond pathetic. It's so fucking weird to me that people are this obsessed. Like, get your own.
So, it's not weird to you that I'm supposedly obsessed with covering negativity against somebody who just wanted to make a comic book company and a comic book universe. But I bet it's not weird to you that you're saying negative things about Eric July. You're saying negative things about his company. You're saying negative things about the way he conducts business. This is that common argument I always have. You're allowed to say negative things about somebody, but when somebody comes up and wants to say something positive and defend against the negative crap that you're flinging at people, it's weird now. It's weird that they're doing that. It's weird that they're defending somebody against negativity. Why is it weird? Because you're not able to do it? Because you're not the one doing the positive stuff about Eric? The fact that you're not getting the views that I'm getting? Why is it weird? Explain that one to me.
Life. That's all you gotta do, right? Well, that really wasn't what was the big deal, because I don't care, right? Usually when they do.
You clearly care because you're accusing me of something that I'm not doing. You're accusing me of being the Rippaverse Goalposts account. You clearly care enough to make this video or live stream.
Stuff like this, they just bring, traction to my channel, and just by simply sharing it and downloading it, they're bringing traction, right?
Yeah, they're bringing traction. I put, what traction? You haven't had a subscriber in months. Where's your traction at? Where is it? Because it seems to be invisible or a ghost, because I don't see it, and neither does anybody else.
So what I want to say,
that's what makes it interesting to me, that people could, again, do negative stuff about Eric July, but if I do positive videos, it's I want to do all these things to Eric July, or he wants to do all these things to me. It's weird. You say it's weird when I do positive stuff. But we're gonna move on from that. Move over to Buster Baxter here. Of course, quote, screenshotting, because obviously he has a burner account to do this, because that's the only way you can, because I'm pretty sure Eric has Buster Baxter blocked. Over here, this is This is probably talking about the Starfield stuff that Az from Hero vs. Babyface. Shout out to Az from Hero vs. Babyface for bringing this to light and basically showing how so many people are so conditioned with this stuff being in modern Western gaming that to them it's no big deal. It's just this one thing until it infects everything. Like how censorship infected the Resident Evil 4 remake and other modern games. How they're censoring stuff in Mortal Kombat, saying they're gonna put a filter for gore, filter for the negative, harmful things in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, it's just gonna continue to infest Western gaming, and this is the reason why, because everyone just ignores it, everyone just plays it off as it's no big deal. Is this stupid a-hole saying the comics is expensive because the printing cost is expensive? Lol, okay, and no one's making fun of it. No, he's talking about how he's getting more negotiating power because his company is growing and it's more recognized, similar to how Marvel and DC get lower printing costs for books because they have more buying power and they have more negotiating power. But again, what can you expect from someone who has the reading comprehension of a first grader who claimed that ISOM 1 was reviewed by a 5th grade teacher? Meanwhile, the notes from that supposed 5th grade teacher that doesn't exist is somehow very similar and on point to the same garbage notes you put out for ISOM 1. Moving on along here. Oh, Princess, fair fair, wilt thou grant me thine dainty hoof in marriage? You're weird. I'm just gonna say it like that. You're weird. Because they making fun of you. You're trying to make fun of other people. So it seems like you could dish it out, but you can't take it. This person says, make sure you bring Dick and Vito to Nashville with you. I'll show you how to deal with these people. Which, again, you're accusing this person of being a rip-a-tard. You're accusing them of being a rip-a-shill. Meanwhile, you have no evidence. Again, saying more things that you have no evidence to prove. Looks like the rip-a-tards might have found the Infinity Gauntlet. You might need to find a brain, because clearly you ain't got one. Constantly throwing insults and constantly throwing accusations left and right against people you don't even know. Again, screenshotting something that Eric said has been an interesting thing to watch unfold. Shout out to Bruce saying Vito can rage about Air July for a year. He can do things to Nerdrotics channel and try to get FNT and the channel ruined. He can do things to Drunk 3PO over his charity donations. If you call him out, though, he becomes the sacred cow of quote comedy from various YouTubers. Laughable. To which he responds, something no one has said about the plot of ISOM. Something that a lot of people have talked about. The plot of ISOM. It's called a review. It's called an actual review with real criticism, with real talking points, unlike you. So, I find it very interesting that you would say something like that. Considering there are hundreds of reviews on YouTube, including mine, talking about this book. But of course, you always deflect and say that the reviews don't exist, even though you can easily look them up. New biggest problem, again, trying to take back the meme of him being called Buster Baxter. He's been doing this for days now. It's so weird. This looks like AI, by the way. I'm just going to point it out. He responds to this man, Dan White. Anyone who calls you a friend is suspect. Your friends are these two people. What does it say about you? I'm guessing he's talking to Vito. You're wretched and no one even wants to stream with you unless it's to tell you so. And, of course, it's an example of Buster Baxter trying to flex on people, saying that he's going to be crying on his pile of money. Meanwhile, it's saying a lot. It doesn't look good for you. Now, I can't say much to that because I'm a small YouTube channel, so I can't really say much to that. Do you really think someone would do that? Go on the internet and tell jokes referring to Vito with his supposed jokes that are talking about doing weird things and questionable things to children. But, what can I say nowadays about this stuff? We, of course, have, Organized Chaos showing this, right? Organized Chaos showing this little Laza furry talking about Chudpocalypse. It's like, that's not a real word. I don't know why you're making crap up as always. Talking about how, people are losing views. It's like, he's still getting 14 million views. I would love to have 14 million views on my channel. I would love to have 14 million views on my channel. Especially with a channel that has over 1 billion views. Man, I would love to have the work ethic of someone like The Quartering, putting out 5, 6, 7 videos a day, making bank. Give me that kind of apocalypse. Geeks and gamers, saying their views are down, subscribers are down. Meanwhile, they do multiple live streams weekly and daily, where they get probably majority of their funding and from geeksandgamers.com. So go to geeksandgamers.com if you want to support them. Again, views are down, subscribers are down. Meanwhile, he has an entire comic book company where he's making a lot of his money right now. And he does live streams, he gets pretty decent amount of super chats. So again, I don't see it. Talking about all these other things that are supposed to be right wing, I guess. It's absolutely pathetic. And then this one is in response to Eric's last video about the SAG after a strike, and then it's going to be affecting the video game industry, affecting companies that no one gives a crap about, like EA, Insomniac, Activision, and Epic. Now it would be interesting if Insomniac delays Spider-Mid 2, but that would be actually funny for me, because I don't care about Sony with how soy they are and all the nonsense they like to do with censorship, so I don't really care. But he says his continued bad takes on strikes require that his fanbase do no research on the indie projects are very much still happening, as well as projects by smaller studios who've made deals with unions. Don't know why smaller studios would make deals with unions. He's either not smart or a grifter. Back to that grifter word that no one can actually identify the definition of besides a person that makes money that I don't make. A person that makes money off things I disagree with. Meanwhile, again, I've received 2 physical books in my hand. Actually, multiple if you count all the covers, but I've received physical books in my hand, so how can the man be a grifter? The only people that are grifters are people like you, who your whole channel is just talking about people that are more successful than you. Meanwhile, I at least can make videos that are outside of Rippaverse stuff. Yes, the Rippaverse stuff is my most viewed stuff lately. But I can still make videos outside of that, and people will still watch it. They'll still like it. They'll still comment on it, that they'd like to see more of it. You can't do that. I can. So. And of course, people like this as well who swear up and down. This is actually a person that thinks that they're more relevant than me because they had EVS on a live stream. Meanwhile, I've had more views than you in the last 30 days, weekly and daily. 479 daily, 697 daily. What you got? 3,353 weekly. I've got 4,879 weekly. You've got 14,368 in the last 30 days. I've had 20,883 in the last 30 days. But somehow you're more relevant to me because you had EVS on a stream. You got Cyberfog early. I don't care. I still support more indie projects than you do. I can guarantee I support more indie projects than you do. And this is actually one of the indie projects I do support right here. I really knew nothing about it. I just stumbled upon it. I looked into it. I saw what kind of story it was. I saw what they were offering. And I said, wow, this looked amazing. So I backed it. Now, if you want to back it, you can back it here. The campaign will be closing shortly. And they will be having... You can either get the story in black and white. You can look at it there, black and white. Black and white. Black and white. You can read about the characters. You can look at all the perks. You can see the colors. You can see all the colors they use. All the colors. They also have a bunch of pinup prints that I can't exactly show on YouTube. But you get the point. You can either get a colored version or a black and white version for $15 for a book. And yes, they've had some delays because of problems in IRL going on with the colorist, I believe. But they're back on track and they'll be shipping out shortly. So you can go ahead and back this project. I think this one's going to be a good one. Based on what I've read, you can read up on this. I'll leave a link to it in the description if you want to look into it yourself. But at the end of the day, these people will continue to attack Rippa, to attack people like me who think because I'm saying stuff that's positive that I'm a pathetic person. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here saying I like this stuff and I don't like people who lie about the content creators that I like or about the products that I purchase. And I'm sick and tired of people trying to judge me based on what I buy and what I spend my money on. Meanwhile, people like Baxter don't even promote Vito's comic book ever in any of his tweets in the last couple of months. I haven't seen a single tweet where he's actually promoted Vito. So, and the Nerdettes Newstand, you will keep dipping down into irrelevancy to the end of time. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you're not subscribed to the channel, and I see that a good percentage, probably about 20 to 25% of people who are watching my videos are not subscribed, please do hit this, create an account real quick. Hit the subscribe button so that way you get notified anytime I post a new video or live stream. Hit the video, hit like if you like the video. Comment below what you feel about all this. As I said, do not interact, communicate, or post on anybody's YouTube channels or social media that you've seen in this video. Keep all your comments in the comment section down below. Again, subscribe for more content. Click on the bell and set it to all notifications. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video or live stream. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.